Hello everyone. Today our motivational topic is being talented is just not enough. Many talented people don't live up to their potential. Why? Talent can only take you so far. Talent by itself is not enough. Talent and hard work is equal to success. Pride, being naturally gifted at something, can help foster a sense of pride in someone. They may think that because they are naturally good at something, it's their God given right to succeed at it. Pride is the deadliest sin. The only remedy for pride is humility. Being talented gives you a head start, but success requires consistent, deliberate practice over years in your craft or profession. Talent is just being aware that someone has a naturally tendency toward a certain field of activity. That's all it is. Of course, talent is very helpful, but it can only be nurtured through thousands of hours of practice and hard work. Most talented people are not willing to put in the work, only a small percentage are. Luck, some people just get lucky. How they deal with that luck determines their success or failure. All human behavior is either biological or learned. Not living up to one's potential is, I imagine, very much about family dynamics because our parents are the ones who teach us what kind of people to be, and if there are emotional issues with the parents, there will be the same issues with the children. One common but unconscious message is don't succeed. While the parents will consciously want their child to be success in life, unconsciously they may have other motives such as being jealous of the child's chance because they themselves feel like failures. So if they have failed, then their child will have no chance of succeeding either. Of course, this is neurotic behavior, but only one dynamic out of many. Human beings are complex, but with patience and persistence, one can learn something of the many facets who and what we are. There are two kinds of mindsets, fixed and growth. A person with a fixed mindset tends to believe that they were born with everything and they need to be successful, so they don't need to work as hard to hard get better. This belief tends to affect talented people particularly largely because they are always surrounded by people telling them how good they are, and they usually have a full trophy case in additional evidence. A person with a growth mindset, however, believes that they can get better by working a little harder than the next person, no matter how talented that other person may be. Think about the story of the tortoise and hare, where the tortoise obviously the more talented runner, but the tortoise continuously puts forward additional efforts. Of course, we all know how the story ends, and not surprisingly, these stories end the same way in real life. You have a prodigy who everyone fawns over early in life. But when they advance and are confronted with others who are less talented, but have chosen to hone their skills through daily practice, they realize that their talent alone will not be enough to continue us succeeding. When this realization hits, since they have not created a habit of daily practice, quite often they will simply give up and move on to other endeavors to prevent feeling inferior in the skills that they have received so many allocates in the past. So, friends, success is a journey, not a destination. We all have a follow to our own paths. Success depends not on talent but timing. This is probably the most critical as it determines what the market wants but also determines what opportunities there to give in the market what it wants. Ego. You have to not only believe in yourself, you have to not believe in anyone else in order to have sufficient motivation. Selfishness. You have to then exclude others, whether or not they could contribute more than you or risk having the success diluted to nothing. Talent is probably 20th or 30th on the list of desirable traits. Nobody has ever succeeded because they were actually good at whatever. Being talented is a surprisingly rare trait in the marketplace. Why winners have talent contests rarely get anywhere. Talents that are discovered and nurtured today can feed you. I believe that 85% of the people who read these blogs or watch these blogs will agree with me. So if so, then there is no doubt about it. However, I must point out something important about the mindset that one's talents along with sustain them. I have observed this mentally along with many young people. While your talents can help you, they do not replace the need for active work to take care of yourself. Every talent you have must be nurtured and invested in to generate the financial resources you need to become independent or successful. You cannot achieve these if you are not engaged in work or a job that supports you. Talents alone cannot guarantee success. Hard work and planning are essential. You must invest in your talent for it to generate financial returns. Balance your talent with education skills and work to build a stable future. Financial stability is necessary to support yourself and your talent. Avoid abandoning work or education for a talent that is not yet productive. Regularly re examine your choices to ensure your actions align with your long term goals. Personal experiences shows that balancing education, work and talent leads to success. Patience and strategic planning are the key for talents to yield results over time. That's the end of the video, my friends. If you like my blogs, please subscribe and share it. Have a good day, my friend.